Welcome back to ICC Confidential International Champions Cup with Fabrizio Romano. We are going to discuss together about Liverpool strategy for the next season. An important strategy after a third one was complicated because of many injuries, but now everything is going to change with the new strategy, new signings and new important contracts coming for Liverpool stars. Let's talk together. Liverpool will be in the Champions League. They secured the Champions League spot in the last match of the Premier League, and this is so important for Liverpool strategy, and the club plan is so clear. They want to be back at winning immediately for the next season. They are working on it with the board and with Jurgen Klopp after a complicated season because of many injuries and with some responsibilities, of course. Now it's time to motivate the team again, to change something and to have the fans back. The reopening of Anfield will be so important for the team, but the idea is so clear. Liverpool want to win and they are also in the Champions League. Liverpool are planning to refresh part of the team and to start a new era, keeping the best players, the top stars. Obviously, this is so important to continue with the winning mentality and with Jurgen Klopp, but also changing some of the players who are not starters in the team, like Xherdan Shaqiri, Divock Origi, and let's see what happens with Oxlade-Chamberlain and also Minamino, who was on loan. So Liverpool need to decide on this kind of players and to refresh something in the team, also to give Jurgen Klopp many players to change, to rotate in another complicated season that is coming, but Liverpool want to win and want to refresh, to start a new era, also with some new players, but keeping the best stars. At the center of the Liverpool project there is always him, Jurgen Klopp. The club want to continue with him, and Jurgen Klopp is planning with the club for the new signings, for the new contracts, to build the team for the next season. And this is so important also because Klopp was contacted by the German national team to be the new head coach after the Euros to replace Joachim Löw, who is set to leave, but he decided to stay, to be part again of Liverpool project. Hansi Flick will be the manager of German national team, and Jurgen Klopp will be at the center of Liverpool project, restarting and ready to win again. An important step will be to recover the key players who have been out this season because of many injuries. First of all, obviously, Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool want to recover him in the best way possible in the next week, so they're working with the player to continue and to have him back in the next months to start the new season. But also Joe Gomez, Matip, many others, they want to recover their key players to restart. And also Liverpool expect a change by the injury point of view on the prevention on this side, because they need next season to have the whole team ready for Jurgen Klopp plans. Another important step will be to keep the best players, and so that's why Liverpool are working to continue together with Alisson, but also with Mo Salah, with many players of the team. They want to go on with them, also with Sadio Mane. There is no chance for him to leave the club. They want to continue. Also, it will be a busy summer for the top stars in European football. They want to keep them. So that's the plan for Liverpool. They are talking with many of these players to convince them about the project for the next season, and also keep an eye on Thiago Alcantara. He's been a fantastic signing last summer, but obviously the first season is never easy to adapt to English football and change your life. But now Thiago is ready, and in Liverpool they are convinced that he will be a key player for the next season, Jurgen Klopp. New contracts will be so important for Liverpool in this summer because they need to extend some of the agreements with their best players, and they are working on it. First of all, Virgil van Dijk is discussing with the club to extend his contract. He has 2 years left on his agreement with Liverpool, and the same for Alisson. So both will discuss with the club really soon. And also Fabinho is another important player who received a lot of proposal, but he always wanted to stay at Liverpool and to discuss over a new contract in the next week. So 3 players are gonna talk with the club, but keep an eye also on what happens with Mo Salah, because if Salah is staying at Liverpool this summer, he will be ready also to discuss over a potential new contract with Liverpool. And let's see also what happens with Roberto Firmino, another player set to talk with the club about this contract. Alisson will be confirmed as goalkeeper, and Liverpool will confirm also their full-backs, so Alexander-Arnold on the right and Robertson as left-back. Let's see what happens with Tsimikas. He can leave the club. Talking about centre-back, the first signing could be really Ibrahima Konate from Red Bull Leipzig. The agreement is imminent, he is a release clause, and Liverpool are intentioned to pay and to sign Konate. They have the agreement with the player over a 5 years contract, so Konate want to join Liverpool and Liverpool want to sign him, so the agreement is really close to be completed. And keep an eye on the situation of Ozan Kabak. He was on loan with buy option from Schalke. They signed him in January, but Liverpool are not convinced yet to sign him on a permanent deal this summer. Talking about midfielders, Liverpool are happy with Fabinho. They're going to continue with him, and the same with Thiago Alcantara. Will be a key player for Jurgen Klopp in the next season, as we said, but also Naby Keita. A lot of rumors about him, many proposals coming, but the player is happy in Liverpool, so at the moment they are considering him as part of the team for the next season. The most particular situation is, of course, about Gini Wijnaldum. At the moment he has decided to leave the club. He is starting a new challenge, so that's why Liverpool are planning to sign a new midfielder. They have a short list with 3 names. One of them is Bissouma from Brighton. He's appreciated by many clubs in the Premier League, so it's an open race, but Liverpool are looking at him, have scouted him, and it could be an opportunity as new midfielder for the next season. Then the strikers, because Liverpool are planning to keep their best players, so Mo Salah, we said we're going to talk about his contract, but also Sadio Mane, no chance of leaving the club, so they're going to continue with Liverpool, and also Roberto Firmino has huge chances to stay. But what's happening, that if one of the strikers of Liverpool is going to leave the club, keep an eye on the possibility of signing a new one for Jurgen Klopp. Jadon Sancho has always been so appreciated. Also last summer, before Manchester United were close to sign him, Liverpool were in touch with Jadon Sancho agents, but at the moment he's an appreciated player, but there are still no official negotiation from Liverpool, no official bid, but let's see what happens if Liverpool will decide to sell one of these strikers. And let's go with the top 11 for Liverpool. The potential starting for the next season, Alisson will be the goalkeeper. He's been key to secure the Champions League spot, also scoring a goal, and he's going to discuss a new contract. So Alisson is staying at Liverpool. Right back, Alexander-Arnold untouchable as Robertson as left back. So they're going to continue with both. Van Dijk will be back and will be at the center of defense, the leader of Liverpool defense, together with Konate, who is set to sign as new centre-back for Liverpool. Talking about midfielders, Fabinho, untouchable. Thiago Alcantara, ready to live a new era with Liverpool and to start a new season as one of the leaders, but also keep an eye on the new one, Bissouma. Could be really a possibility. We will see what Liverpool will decide for the new midfielder to be the new Gini Wijnaldum. And talking about strikers, the idea of the club is continue with Mo Salah, and the same for Mane and Firmino. If something happens, a new striker will also arrive at Liverpool. The 2.0 Liverpool with Jurgen Klopp, the new era is gonna start. Liverpool are again in the Champions League and they want to fight to win in the Champions League, and the same of course in the Premier League. So rebuilding of the team, keeping the best stars, extending some contract, continue obviously with Jurgen Klopp as manager, and also new signing to refresh the team. Liverpool are planning for something big. They want to be back winning together as soon as possible. So the new era for Liverpool is starting. Follow us on International Champions Cup. Thank you from Fabrizio Romano, and follow International Champions Cup on social media. See you on ICC Confidential.